20 years to the day since the 7/7 London suicide bombings that killed 52 people, the King leads the nation in remembering the lives lost and calls for a spirit of unity.
This is Tavistock Square, where the fourth and final bomb exploded that morning, killing 13 people. The Prime Minister and the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh will attend a memorial service at St Paul's Cathedral later this morning.
Also today, the Australian woman accused of killing her relatives with deadly mushrooms is found guilty of 3 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder.
The death toll from flash flooding in Texas rises to at least 78, including 28 children, with more storms forecast.
Good morning. Learner drivers are still waiting more than 22 weeks for a test on average, according to the latest figures. I'll look at why it's happening and what's being done to sort it out.
When the world feels like everything's broken,
The heartbreak when loved ones are living with Alzheimer's. We'll hear from Hollywood star Seth Rogen and his wife Lauren on how dementia affected their family.
Seeing firsthand how, ravaging it was really shocking in a lot of ways.
As we've been hearing, today marks 20 years since the 7/7 bombings in London. Survivors have been talking to BBC London about their memories of that day and how life has been since. It was the end of morning rush hour 2 decades ago when 4 bombs exploded across London, killing 52 and injuring hundreds more. For those who survived, marking this day each year and coming together has its own importance.
I think once you get past that 20 years, it is the last milestone. And it is important to be together, and it is important to just have words that don't need to be spoken and people that understand that you are standing with and that you can hold and that we just know. So it's the deep knowing without me having to explain to anyone.
And there's special programming across BBC Radio London and on our main programme tonight at 6:30 to mark the 20th anniversary. Next, a 24-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of vandalism after a Windrush exhibition in South London was defaced. Portraits featured in the Windrush Untold Stories exhibition in Brixton were damaged and some covered in paint. The Met says the incident's not being treated as a hate crime. The man remains in custody. Eurostar has apologised after passengers were left stranded on a train heading to London St Pancras for over 5 hours yesterday. That's after it broke down in France. A power failure meant the train had no on-board electricity or air conditioning. Eurostar said doors were opened to allow for fresh air and water was handed out. A rescue train retrieved the stranded passengers yesterday evening. An 18-year-old from Tottenham who was jailed in Dubai for having sex with a 17-year-old girl has been released early and is back in the UK. Marcus Fakana was originally sentenced to a year for having a consensual relationship with a girl he met on a family holiday. The charity supporting him say he's received a royal pardon from Dubai's ruler. Around 70 firefighters have been tackling a fire on Electric Avenue in Brixton this lunchtime. London Fire Brigade says it started in a storage area behind a building near to Brixton Market. It forced Brixton Underground station to close for a while earlier due to the smoke, but that has now reopened. Some local roads remain closed though. The cause of the fire isn't yet known.